You know, some numbers are just, well, they're just numbers. Statistics on a page. But other numbers, they tell a story. And some, they're basically a flashing red alarm. Today, we're going to dig into a number that's so huge, it points to a national crisis that's happening right under our noses. So let's get into it. This is the 2.7 million person question.
So what exactly is this number? We're talking about 2.7 million. That's how many workers were just deleted from India's Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. You probably know it as MGNREGA. And for millions of people, this isn't just some government program. It's literally the only safety net they've got. And here's the thing that makes this truly alarming. This wasn't some slow, gradual decline over years. No, these 2.7 million workers, they disappeared in just over one single month. So that leads us to the big, urgent question we have to ask. Why? And maybe even more importantly, how could a system that's supposed to help people fail this badly? Okay, so to really get how shocking this is, we need a little bit of context. Because this wasn't just a small dip, a little blip on the radar. What we're about to see is a complete 180-degree U-turn from what was actually a pretty positive trend.
Just look at this contrast. It's pretty stark. For the first 6 months of the financial year, everything was looking good. The system was growing, adding over 8.3 million workers. That's a lot. But then, look what happens. In just a little over a month, that growth doesn't just grind to a halt. It actually goes into reverse, with a net loss of 1.7 million workers. It's like someone slammed on the brakes and then just threw the car into reverse.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, maybe they're just cleaning up old inactive accounts. And yeah, that'd be the easy explanation. But the data, it tells a totally different story. Get this, about 600,000 of the people who were removed were active workers. We're talking about people who were employed within the last 3 years. So these aren't just some ghost accounts in the system. They're real people with real jobs who suddenly just vanished. So okay, if this isn't just a normal cleanup, then what in the world is going on? Well, the next part of this whole puzzle starts to come together when we look at two things: the timing of when this happened and the location where it happened. These are some really crucial clues. And the timeline here, well, it's everything. For months, things are looking up. We're seeing positive growth. Then, bam! On November 1st, a new tech mandate called e-KYC gets rolled out. And this is basically just a digital way to verify who you are. And what happens almost immediately after it becomes mandatory? The deletions go through the roof. I mean, that timing is just, it's not a coincidence. It's a major clue. Okay, now let's look at where this is all going down. This table breaks it down for us by state. Do you see the pattern here? Look at Andhra Pradesh. It has the highest rate of e-KYC completion, right? It also has a truly staggering number of deletions. I mean, it's not even close. It's way, way higher than the other states. The connection here seems pretty undeniable. In fact, let's put that into perspective. With over 1.5 million deletions out of the 2.7 million total, Andhra Pradesh is the clear epicenter of this whole thing. So this isn't just some abstract nationwide policy change that's affecting everyone equally. Nope, it is having a massively outsized impact in very specific places. So you might be wondering, was this just a one-time thing? A glitch in the system? Well, the data suggests something a lot more troubling. It really looks like this is part of a repeating pattern. Here's how it goes. A new tech mandate gets introduced, and bam, suddenly huge numbers of workers get kicked out of the system. Let me throw a number at you. 247%. That is how much job card deletion shot up the last time a big tech mandate was pushed through. This was for the Aadhaar-based payment system. You know, the thing that links your bank account to your digital ID. So see, this isn't a new problem at all. It feels a lot like history repeating itself. And this whole history of deletions points to a really big contradiction. For years, the official line has been that they're cleaning the database, getting rid of fake or duplicate accounts. But the analysis from our source asks the million-dollar question. If the database was already supposedly cleaned up, then why on earth are millions more people being deleted right now? It just doesn't add up. And this really brings us to the absolute heart of the problem. It's not just about the technology itself. It's about the process. We have to look at how the system is set up to allow a worker to be removed with basically no checks and balances whatsoever. So how does a worker just, poof, vanish from the system? It's actually frighteningly simple. An official can just select a reason from a drop-down menu, death, migration, you name it, and they click a button. And here's the most critical, most unbelievable part. No proof is required. Nothing.
No death certificate, no moving receipt, no verification of any kind. And just like that, with a single click, a person's entire lifeline can be gone.
Look, this isn't just about one little mistake. This is a total system breakdown. What we've got is a zero verification process, a complete lack of basic accountability, and really weak government oversight. It's a system designed in a way that allows millions to be removed, potentially by mistake, and there's nobody held responsible when it happens.
So, given these deep, fundamental flaws in the system, the analysis we're looking at proposes a pretty clear and immediate solution. Something to basically stop the bleeding and prevent even more harm from being done to some of the most vulnerable workers.
And that solution is something called a moratorium. It's a simple idea, but it's really powerful. It just means an immediate, complete stop on all job card deletions. Full stop. You could think of it like pulling the emergency brake on a train that's out of control.
And the logic here is pretty straightforward, right? You have to stop the bleeding first. This pause is absolutely essential to give everyone time to actually fix these deep-seated problems. I mean, you can't just keep using a broken process to kick people out of a system. That zero verification rule, it's gotta go. And some real accountability needs to be built in before they can even think about resuming deletion safely.
And all of this, it leaves us with one final and, I think, really critical question. The whole point of these tech mandates, the reason they were brought in, was to make the system more secure, more efficient. But when a system that's designed for security ends up creating massive insecurity for millions of people, who's responsible for fixing it? That's the real question.